A short time ago, Ukraine's President Volodimir Zelenskyy called for a truce with Russia, at least until he can meet with Vladimir Putin. It comes as the Kremlin has accused the West of being involved directly or indirectly in recent Ukrainian attacks on civilian targets inside Russian territory. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer joins us now from London to discuss. Liz, good to see you. A short time ago, as you know, in a press conference, Zelenskyy spoke about Sunday's audacious Ukrainian drone attack on Russian airfields. What did he say?
Well, analysts have been poring over satellite footage ever since Sunday when the attack took place, trying to figure out how many Russian planes were hit, which kinds. It now appears 2 surveillance aircraft were hit, along with a lot of long-range bombers. Today, Zelenskyy said not only that 119 drones were used, they managed to hit 41 Russian bombers. So, he said, about 30% of the entire fleet. Now, if that's true, it's a serious military blow to Russia in an obvious sense, because now they have fewer of these very heavy long-range aircraft to work with, but also psychologically. You know, the Russian media have underplayed the attack because it was such a stunning success. They admitted that some Russian planes had caught fire over the weekend, but they didn't go into the details. The Ukrainians managed to get their attack drones hidden in trucks, thousands of miles into Russia, right up to the Arctic Circle. And that has got to have the Russians seriously rattled.
Wow. As you know also, Liz, the U.S. Secretary of Defense is headed to Brussels today, but he will conspicuously miss the latest high-level meeting on aid to Ukraine. Do we know why?
Well, it takes place in NATO headquarters, so that tells you right away it's political messaging. It's all about the Trump administration determined to show that it's stepping back from providing support to Ukraine. The reality is that American support is still considerable and continuing. First of all, at this meeting, a senior U.S. General, Christopher Cavoli, who's the head of U.S. Command in Europe, is going to be present to represent U.S. interests. The fact is that America is still providing crucial intelligence to the Ukrainians. And if you look at weapons alone, the U.S. is going to continue to supply billions of dollars in arms until 2028 under contracts that were signed months or even years ago. And it does look as if even more are in the offing. So while the messaging says we're pulling back, the facts are somewhat different.
So did Zelenskyy at all talk about the state of the ceasefire negotiations, Liz?
He did. He said that the proposal that Russia brought to the so-called ceasefire talks in Istanbul last week, a non-starter. He said it was basically an ultimatum from Russia, therefore unacceptable because it's supposed to be a dialogue. He did say he's willing to meet President Putin anytime, but his condition would be that Russia would have to agree to a temporary truce while the meeting took place, even if the fighting resumed afterwards. But there's just no indication that Russia would accept terms like that, although you never know. We haven't had any official response yet from the Kremlin.
All right, Elizabeth Palmer for us this morning. Liz, as always, we thank you.